Hello, fellow fantasy sports fans. Welcome to MFSN, the Hub's Fantasy Football Strategy Show, Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. I'm Dr. Dan Ratner, and I'm here, as always, with Casey, Vlad to the Bone, Scheinvold, and Ross the Boss.
Hey, everybody, Ross the Boss here. It's game day, Bengals, Pittsburgh. It's going to be a doozy. Flacco, fresh from his Cleveland stint in Cincinnati to play his first home game. It's going to be a great one. I'm excited.
I'm glad you're excited. Joe Flacco, I love the guy, but man,
I have very little desire to watch tonight's game.
Oh, you said unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're not going to watch
How dare you, sir?
This is the first time two 40-year-olds have been against each other since I think it was Brett Favre and who was it? Somebody else.
Tom Brady never went up against Aaron Rodgers in the last year of their marriage.
I think it was Tom
Aaron
Brady.
Rodgers wasn't in his 40s yet.
Oh,
I don't think.
No.
I don't know. It's been a long time. I think it was a playoff game. I want to say I forgot who it was.
Well, meanwhile, Ross, you're wearing the chain. You got the Bengals chain on.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'll wear this out today and show my pride.
I think it's symbolic of what the Bengals season has been like. It's been like a chain around your neck. That it's been a rough one. Let's talk, guys, about kind of the latest things. As we know, fantasy football, it shifts every single week, and we've just got to talk about certain things. Casey and I were talking before the show about George Pickens. He's just one person to talk about, but I know CeeDee Lamb's out, but
he practiced today.
Okay, but I'm just saying, in terms of Pickens' stats, 2 out of the last 3 games that he played were a massive explosion of yards, and he's got a touchdown in 5 straight games. So what's going to happen when CeeDee Lamb comes back? We're going to talk about some of the headlines like that, but what do you guys think about Pickens for the rest of the year? Has he turned a corner, or is he just going to go back to being who he was?
Well, I think he'll be getting the ball less with CeeDee Lamb out there, obviously, but it's a good number 2 receiver to have. I think he'll still have good stats, not the stats he's getting now, but he's still, for me, I mean, there's no reason why he'll decline that much, but he'll see less passes, he'll get less yards.
I mean, I think this is the first time he's playing with a quarterback that's a really good quarterback, and he, as far as I'm concerned, and he just seems to have turned the corner to be a wide receiver too. Case, what were you going to say?
Well, I worry about him. I mean, if you look at the first 4 weeks of the season or 3 weeks of the season when Lamb was healthy, he wasn't anywhere to be found. Now, those were also his first 3 games as a Cowboy, so it could have been him learning the offense. My fear is the kind of diva factor with him, that kind of he's going to be a squeaky wheel and become unpopular there if he's not getting the targets that he's been getting the last few weeks. I don't know. It's drama. I like, once Lamb comes back, I think it's Lamb and Jake Ferguson, and then it's Pickens.
He just has such a history of disappearing. But I'm going to jump to a different team in case I feel like this is your team, because you talked about the Atlanta Falcons, how excited you were with that, the trio.
Yeah.
The trio.
The triplets.
And, Bijan Robinson, obviously he's amazing week to week. He had a fantastic week last week, especially. I mean, and Drake London, the last 2 games he's played has been completely explosive. So tell me what you guys are thinking about that. Casey had predicted they were going to be like the greatest show on turf from back in the Rams days. Do we think that's actually going to continue at that rate?
It might have been a little hyperbolic on my part, I think, but not from London and Bijan's perspective. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to recreate Kurt Warner's ability to facilitate the offense, Mike Mart's offense. But Penix, I think it was over 60% of his passes, the target share was Drake London. I think he's just realized, I have a world-class wide receiver who's like 6'6" or however tall he is, and can get up in the air, and I'm just going to fire it there. And then if they cover him, I'm going to give it to Bijan, and Bijan's the best running back in football. And it's an exciting offense. They don't have a number 2 wide receiver. Darnell Mooney's been hurt, and even once he's back, I don't know if he's truly a number 2 receiver. Kyle Pitts started off pretty good. I don't think it's been as good the last 2 weeks. I have to double check, but I mean, they have all the pieces there, and their defense is legit. They can get after the quarterback. So that team is fun to watch.
Yeah, and then the other side of it is they lose to Carolina 30-0. So Atlanta, to me, is a team that will make the playoffs, but will probably get knocked off in the first round.
Yeah, but we don't care about making the playoffs. We care about fantasy relevancy on this show. Who cares about whether they make the real playoffs? Do they have players who can help you make the fantasy playoffs? And that's yes. I think Penix is probably a super flex quarterback, he's certainly not a 12-team single quarterback player, but Drake London's probably a top 5 wide receiver with the volume he gets. And we know Bijan's a top 2.
Yeah, that's it though. I mean, you can't have Pitts. They don't have a secondary. They don't have no other wide receivers I would even consider drafting or having starting on my fantasy team. So you're talking about but 2 players.
How many teams have 5 fantasy relevant players on their offense, or even 4? There aren't many. Let's be honest. I mean, and so this to say they have 3 is pretty good.
We got a question coming in from Caden. 0.5 PPR, sit 1. Cortland Sutton, BTJ, Debo, or Breece Hall? Got to sit 1.
Got to sit 1. Who are the Jaguars playing?
Yeah.
I think Sutton, let me just go through it with you guys. So Sutton, I think Cortland's going to come back. I think it's going to be a big game this week for Denver. He was not really did that great last week. He didn't really get the ball that much. Debo.
Debo's the one that's jumping out at me as the one to sit.
Debo to me, that's me.
Case, do you agree? Debo's the one to sit?
Well,
let me start with this.
I mean, Debo's going against the Cowboys, for crying out loud. That could be an 80-point game. Sneaky pickup, by the way, if you're looking and you're in wide receiver hell, I think Luke McCaffrey could have a good game this weekend against
Sure, I could see
Dallas.
that. I mean, for me, Debo or Brian Thomas Jr. are the ones that I would think about. It's funny to say that Breece Hall was the first one that I was like, no, start him, because I hate playing Jets players. The Jets are terrible. They've been terrible for a long time. But Breece Hall, because he's a running back and he's got enough of a share of the offense, I just don't want to sit him.
And they're going against Carolina. So.
Especially not for this list of wide receivers. I mean, so to me, Breece Hall is the obvious start. Cortland Sutton is next.
Yeah.
So it's between Brian Thomas Jr. and Debo to me. Who are the Jaguars playing? Did we say?
I don't know how you can sit Debo. Here's what I would say. I would sit Debo if Terry McLaurin's playing. If McLaurin's not playing,
that sounds good.
I think you got to run with Debo, because it's going to be Debo and Luke McCaffrey, and Debo plays they run him out of the slot. They use motion with him. They just find ways to get him open. And it's Dallas's pass defense, which is awful. I might
just confirmed that
Sutton. I really think.
Really?
Yeah, I think Sutton had a bad week last week. He could be due for a good week this week, but they're playing the Giants. The Denver's defense is absolutely legit, shuts down the run almost as well as anybody. It could be a game script game where you see a lot of RJ Harvey and J.K. Dobbins who can have a field day. So I don't know.
All right. I know that the Cowboys matchup is really juicy, but Brian Thomas Jr. also has been coming on of late.
Oh, I know. And Trevor Lawrence is finally throwing to him.
I would not likely sit him. I've shifted to, it would be between Sutton and Debo, and I want to play Sutton in that. Okay, we got another question coming in. PPR league, choose one QB, Fields, Dart, or Purdy.
To me, it's Justin Fields, and I don't even think it's close.
What do you have, 45 passing yards last week? I mean,
okay.
Casey's like, that's fine as long as he runs for what he runs.
Well, Brock Purdy might not even play.
True.
So I don't know.
It's
I don't
Brock
know how
Montana, first of all. So
I don't know how you can count on that. And Jackson Dart is going against Denver, who I believe I checked allows the 5th fewest fantasy points to quarterbacks, something like that.
I love Jackson Dart.
I love him too, but
I love him. I really do.
I
love that Giants team. I'm becoming a Giants
Denver
fan
against a team that just got 9 sacks in their last game.
Yeah.
And Dart takes hits, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so Fields, no. I would take Dart.
And I'm a Fields guy. I just think I'm
taking Dart.
I don't love that Denver matchup.
That guy has a chip on his
Denver.
shoulder.
I'm going to go with Fields. Fields to me, he just,
all he needs to do is run 6. If he runs 60 yards and gets a touchdown, he's going to get you 18 points.
Guys, it's not Fields. Like I have confidence in Fields. I think he's a good player. I do like Fields.
Fields is a terrible NFL quarterback. He is a good fantasy quarterback.
See, the biggest danger in starting Fields is if he gets benched in real life.
It's the coaching staff. They're so bad. The Jets have the worst coaching staff
in the
league. It's horrible.
The Jets are so bad that they're going to lose badly in 5 years.
In theory, but my theory is the coaching staff is bad. Just stay away from Fields. Start's fun to watch. I like how his mom and his dad were on the field after the game. He went to USC in Mississippi. He has a great. I mean, just great personality.
That always
has great
bodes
swagger.
well for
I love this kid. I love Dart.
His mom on the field.
I'm riding the wave.
All right, dare you to join notes. My QB squad sucks. Well, listen, it all depends on how you got there. I mean, maybe you drafted Burrow and he got injured, or maybe you punted on quarterbacks and you're doing really well otherwise.
That Fields was going to be I still think Fields can be a top 10 quarterback rest of the season. I wouldn't give up on your.
My only worry is really whether he's going to get benched. It's not as bad as you think. I also think Jackson Dart's a pretty good quarterback, at least for fantasy purposes. All right, Caden says pick one to pick up for the rest of the season: Wandale, Golden, Dobbs, Keon, Pearsall, or Judy. I know my answer right away.
Who's yours? Who's your answer? Tell us.
My answer is Golden.
Mine's Wandale.
Of course. I'll take Dobbs.
I'm a Giants fan, for full disclosure.
Dobbs just because I think I watched.
But that highlights my point. You're picking against each other.
Yeah.
Once Reed comes back, there's like 5 mouths to fill.
It's
feed.
True. It's true. Right. But I feel like Golden's coming on, and this is the time of year when those rookie wide receivers. To me,
it's either Wandale or Judy. Those are the two, because they're the only two who I believe will dominate targets.
I think we should maybe pick Keon or Pearsall just so that we've said all 6 and heard of no help. I'm kidding. I do think that. I mean, I also like Keon, but. Yeah. I mean, some of it is my gut, but Golden is coming on, and listen, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see some of these rookie wide receivers start to take off.
I want to just announced that Christian Watson is back again too.
Another guy.
Christian Watson will be back for 3 plays.
That's fine.
That's going to be.
There are 3 passes that would have gone to Golden.
Fair enough. I still go Golden. I'm sorry, Caden, you did not get much of a.
No.
If you're going for If you're going for ceiling, it's Golden. Yes. If you're going for floor, it's Wandale or Judy. How's that?
Judy, I would stay away from. He's been
Wandale in a PPR.
Judy's stats the past 5 weeks have been horrible. I mean, the guy's not getting the ball at all.
Well, Ross, though, what do you think of Casey's analysis that Golden is the ceiling guy, Wandale's the floor guy, and you picked Dobbs? So.
I think Golden is. I agree. Golden's the big rookie from Texas. I agree with Casey 100%. I just think Dobbs is getting the ball more from Love. I think he likes Dobbs. He throws the ball to him a lot.
Getting more of the love.
He's getting the target share.
Speaking of Love, Caden says Love or Knicks. Love or Knicks? Who do you start this week?
So Knicks is playing
the Giants.
The Giants. Their defense
Love is playing the Cardinals.
And who's playing the Cardinals?
Love.
Love is. I'm going to go Jordan Love on that one.
I'll take Bo Nix.
I'll take Bo Nix. Jordan Love's on the road at Arizona. It's not as bad of a defense as you think. Bo Nix at home against the Giants, I think, is a tasty.
I agree with Casey. Yeah.
I mean, I have to say I'm somewhat.
And Bo Nix
confused.
runs more.
I'm somewhat confused by what people say about Jordan Love. He's a very polarizing player, it seems. A lot of times people say like he looks like a deer in headlights. Other people are like he's the real deal. He's performing as well as all that string of quarterbacks in Green Bay usually does. Not quite at that level, but that he's filling in nicely. I don't know. I mean, I'm high on him in general, and I think that he's performed really well. This happens in the NFL all the time, though. I hear people say, like, he's terrible, and I look at his stats, and I'm like,
think about this. Green Bay has a really good running game, okay? So they'll be throwing the ball.
And he doesn't throw the ball more than 28. I think he's averaging 28 or 29 throws a game.
Yeah, that's not that much.
Even so, I mean, he's got a decent amount of yardage, and he's got at least 2 touchdowns in 3 out of the 5 games, and he runs some.
210 for 2 touchdowns is kind of what you're expecting.
I don't know. I just feel Denver at home, and you have more potential of scoring more points than going to Arizona playing the Cardinals, who are an angry team right now.
And they're sending who out to play quarterback?
I just
Dan
don't.
Ratner.
I mean, Bo Nix has had basically two good fantasy games this year.
Yeah.
And some of his games have been like really, really low. I'm going to go with Love.
That's fine. We'll see who wins.
We will see who wins. Okay, jumping back to the last week, I wanted to know what you guys think of Kamani Vidal. Like, what can we expect going forward from this guy?
We talked about it a little bit, I think, on Tuesday. I think for the next 5-6 weeks, he's probably a top 15 running back. Unless they trade for a running back, there's talks of them trying to trade for a Jerome Ford or somebody like that. The Chargers are a good run offense. Harbaugh likes to run the ball. Harris is gone for the season. It's a pretty bad ankle injury. So for O'Marion Hampton, he could easily be gone more than the 4 weeks. So, but the fear with him is Hassan Haskins was the goal line back last week. And if that keeps going forward, unless Vidal's running in some long ones, the Troy University alum, we got pointed out by Atwater that's where he teaches. So I wanted to throw that out there today.
And it's in Alabama.
And it's in Alabama, the Trojans, I think.
He's been all over Vidal for a while, but
he's 100. I mean, look, he could average, if he's getting 15 touches a game, I think he's a top 15 running back.
I think he's only 30% rostered in Yahoo. And that to me is shocking. This is a guy who could be, I would say, maybe even a top 10 running back for the rest of the year. I'm not saying it is going to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. And he's looking quite good. He had 18 carries for 124 yards. Great, yards per carry. I think if you're looking to somebody add and it's 30% rostered, you got to scoop him up. We got a question coming in. Dilemma. Love that name. Need 3. Have CD and Roma Dunze locked in. Who do I flex? Golden, Wandale, Coker, or Jacoby Myers? So he's already got CD and Odunze.
Well, and before you say locked in on CD, make sure he's going to play.
Make sure he's going to play, right?
Because he got limited. This was his first practice today, and it was limited. So
he's locked.
So let's give 2 answers then. Let's give the answer to, let's say CD Lamb's playing. Who do you play? And what if he's not? Which 2?
If he's playing, I'm going Wandale again. I mean, I feel like I have to stick with my question from 3 minutes ago because, again, the Giants might be chasing this game, so they're going to have to throw the ball. With all due respect to Lil Jordan Humphrey or whoever kind of filled in last week, Wandale's the most reliable there. He's going to get the targets, especially in a PPR. Although I like Jalen Coker, but this is his first week back too. I think he missed the first 6 weeks of the season. Jacoby Myers, I just don't trust Geno Smith to get him the ball this year.
Who do the Raiders play? I'll answer
so if CD plays, it's Wandale. If CD doesn't play, it's Golden and Wandale.
The Raiders are playing the Seahawks, I believe.
So they're not going to be able to run the ball.
No.
Yeah. So I don't. It's interesting. I mean, maybe it's because you're a Giants fan that you're as into Wandale. But if I look at Wandale, 3 out of the last 4 weeks, he has been invisible. He's done almost nothing. I mean,
well, Cam Scatterbo had 3 touchdowns and all that rushing. I mean, nobody had catches.
It's true, but I'd rather start a guy. I'd rather either start Golden for upside or Jacoby Myers if I'm looking for a floor. Now,
I like Jacoby Myers. Somebody tells me he's going to have some big games coming up. I don't know why.
I mean, I know I said Golden in that other wide receiver question, but he's an upside guy. With CeeDee Lamb and Odunze in there, I would go with Jacoby Myers. I
agree. I like Jacoby Myers too. I think the Raiders have no choice to throw the ball, and he's their number 1 receiver over Tucker, correct? I mean, so yeah, Myers to me is the one I would start.
All right. Dilemma says, sounds good, though I'm not sure to who. Hopefully to all of us. And then he says, I have Scataboom also. Okay, let's jump back to, I wanted to ask you guys a question about another Drake. Drake May. Has this guy arrived? I mean, what do you guys think about him going forward? Where do you rank him in the quarterbacks?
Well, I'm going to raise my hand here because one of my bold predictions, and I have it typed, I can show it to you, was that Drake May was going to finish as a top 6 fantasy quarterback this year. So I certainly believe
Hold on, let me
he's the
just
real
look. I
deal.
got all your predictions right here. Let me look.
Oh, no.
Yep, top 6. You got it. I got it right here.
Number 2.
I got it too. I wrote
now-
it down.
Now, that being said, in our league, he scored 12.12 points in week 5. That's going to hurt because there were just no touchdowns to be found. But it's
You
going to
mean
happen.
in Ross's? But Ross's league does not have traditional scoring.
It does not. But still, when you throw no touchdowns, and that's true.
No,
when
I
you
know.
throw for no touch, I mean, he still had a low score in any league for 2 weeks ago. Last week he was great, and especially in Ross's crazy league.
To answer your question, Drake, yeah, he's arrived. This guy is for real. He's a really good fantasy quarterback. And yes, next year he's going to be taken quarterback-wise, at least in the top 10 when you deal with quarterbacks. He does not have a number 1 wide receiver on his team. I mean, I know you like Diggs, but he's not.
Diggs is getting healthy. He had last week wasn't good, but the 2 weeks before that were.
Did you mean
yards.
Casey likes Diggs?
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure because I don't.
Yeah. I mean, I like him too. I have him on my team with you. I've been on the
old Patriots wide receiver, hard pass.
But I mean, the thing about New England needs better wide receivers. They really don't have a great.
Yeah,
mix.
I mean, Kayshon Boutte's been good this year.
Yeah, he's fine.
They have Williams, who's not getting run yet. But you're right; they're going to probably target one in the draft or try to trade for one because
Randy Moss isn't walking through those lockers right now. I mean,
well, if he is, he's probably pretty old.
Yeah,
he might be worse than the other players on the team.
He might not have that.
Might be.
All right, he has something. He's battling something. I know his health isn't that great right now.
Is that right? I actually hadn't heard that. Well, we're going to shift gears. If you have more of an update on that, let us know. But I wanted to talk about Rico Dowdle. He's our cover boy for today. I mean, it's kind of hard for him not to be. He has run for almost 400 yards in the last 2 weeks. I mean, literally, he has 389 yards in the last 2 weeks.
I mean, have you
just
watched
on the ground?
Have you seen those runs? You see the offensive line and the blocks they're giving him? I mean, that offensive line for Carolina is just moving people. I mean, they're really good, really good. And
so, I mean, Chuba Hubbard just returned to practice.
Yeah.
I would just tell him to go home. Like, listen, Chuba, it's been great.
$32 million. They're not sending him home.
We'll pay you. Just go home. We don't need you this week.
What do you
Penn
think is
State.
gonna happen? Are they just going to divide the carries?
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be a shared backfield. I honestly do.
Why would you do that? That's the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. Why would you go off a hot running back like that?
Because that's what every team does.
I know. It's just stupidity.
It's just the way.
I feel like that's kind of the history of the NFL fan. We watch things and we're like, why would you do that?
Let me give you a scenario and tell me.
Because Rico Dowdle is not built to be a workhorse running back. If you try to make him do this week in and week out, he'll be out for 4 weeks.
Listen,
in a couple weeks.
I don't care. I'm an NFL coach. Okay, my job's on the line every week with Carolina. It really is. And I need players.
It's not like Chuba Hubbard wasn't a good running back.
He wasn't running like this dude was. So let's just throw it out there. You're an NFL coach. Would you split the handoffs with Chuba, or would you just go straight with Rico? And
I am predicting even without Chuba, you're going to get some regression to the mean.
Of course. Yes.
He's not nobody can keep up this pace.
No one.
So
no, there's no way. But I mean, it's still incredibly impressive. And meanwhile, Rico Dowdle must have loved it against the Cowboys.
Oh my God!
Did you see his expression when they kicked that field goal? Did you see what he did?
No, I didn't see.
He was like the happiest guy in the world. He ran to the middle of the field and was so excited to shake the Cowboys' hands and have that big smile on his face. He was so happy. It was great.
All right, we got another question coming in. Eshawn says, just got a trade request, Rico Dowdle, as we were talking about, for DK Metcalf. Who wins?
Ooh,
I have Rico.
That's a great deal. Casey, go ahead.
Let me finish what he said. I have Rico. I'm just worried once Chuba comes back, they're going to split the reps. That's exactly what we were talking about when you came in. So go ahead, Case. What were you going to say?
Well, I would rather have DK just because he's the number one wide receiver for the rest of the season in Pittsburgh. And Aaron Rodgers has proven that he can make DK relevant. He's had a good couple weeks. The funniest thing I saw I think it was the last game for Pittsburgh, is DK Metcalf, this mammoth of a man, playing in the slot. Like it
Yeah.
just looked so funny seeing a
So
slot
weird.
corner, all like 5'6" of them trying to cover. But
I mean,
I would rather have DK Metcalf, assuming I have running back depth.
well,
Okay.
we talk about strategy on this show, and I think one of the things that I think about in these trades is, and you will lose some of these deals, is if there's a guy like Rico Dowdle who comes into value and he had none before, and there's reason to believe he's going to regress a lot, which Chuba Hubbard is that reason. I think you deal him for the more solid asset. DK
Yeah.
Metcalf is that asset. I think
Yes.
100% you make that deal. Okay.
I would
Oh,
press
go ahead.
it.
Yes, let's do it. Now, again, let's just note, you are going to lose some of those deals. Okay, occasionally you're going to get a guy like Rico Dowdle who's just going to be a machine for the rest of the season. You'll be like, why did I do that?
Okay, I'll answer this question because it's kind of Bengal related.
Luke Newcomb has a question, and thank you for the subscription, Luke. We appreciate it. Okay, go ahead. Warren or Etienne?
Travis,
full PPR.
So Warren tonight, guys.
Not Trevor.
You can quote me on this. 75 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns, probably 50 yards receiving. He's going to have a huge game against the Bengals. It's going to set up for him perfectly. Warren runs exactly what the Bengals can't not defend, and he's going to be a huge game. So start Warren to this week. Start Warren.
Now, when you say that he runs things that the Bengals can't defend, what did you mean by that?
Well, their defense
sucks. Running the ball. They cannot defend running the ball.
They can't stop the run.
They can't defend.
And they can't defend the running back.
And Hendrickson's not playing tonight.
No. And they can't defend the running back.
Him.
Running backs have huge games receiving wise against the Bengals. It's
so I would say I'm gonna go in for Warren too, but in some ways for a different reason. I think Etienne's starting to wear down this season. He started off, obviously huge out of the gate, but if you look at his yards per carry, they're coming down. Now, some of that is he faced some tough defenses because Seattle's defense is really
tough. One of the best run defenses. Yeah.
But the Rams have a really good defense as well in terms of how they've performed. So in this game, I would go Warren. Case, does that make 3 for 3 or no?
For this game, yeah, I'd probably go Warren as well. Both
rest
of them
the season, I want Etienne.
I like Etienne for the rest of the season. I like Warren for the rest of the season. But my fear with Warren is Kenneth Gainwell. If Gainwell is playing, I'm not sure if he is. You can look at that.
I think he's
playing. This guy's been the touchdown running back. What happened
to guys? Remember, we beginning of the season we talked about the other guy they drafted, Caleb Johnson.
Yeah, he's good.
What happened to that guy?
He can't get on the field. Well, Gainwell's been so good, and Warren is good. There's just not room.
But you gotta think there has to be a reason he's not getting on the field. Something in the practice, field, because
I don't know.
A guy drafted that high, and then I know in our dynasty leagues, people are trying to get rid of Caleb Johnson right and left. Now, the same thing I think is starting to happen with Trevion Henderson. I'm interested in what your guys' take is on
I have him in dynasty. I'm not giving up on him yet. Ramondre Stevenson,
no way.
There is no other coach in the NFL that would not have benched Ramondre Stevenson by now. The guy has 7 fumbles in 6 weeks.
That's incredible. We've had running backs who are benched for 1 fumble.
For 1 or 2, and this guy is still getting.
Maybe they're looking at the stat and it looks like a 1, even though it's a 7.
I don't know.
They're like, how many times he fumbled? Only once. Okay,
but I think Trevion Henderson. I think Trevion Henderson's going to be the second half of the season.
Henderson's going to be the starter very soon, and their other guy is it Gibson.
He's out for the season.
He's out for the
Antonio
season.
Gibson.
Right?
He was out for the season when he was playing.
No, was out.
He's been out for the season since the Redskins.
I think Henderson's time.
The Commanders. Sorry.
He'll be the main guy there very soon.
I think this is the perfect opportunity to buy low on Trevion Henderson.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are down on him. We had somebody in our dynasty.
Use Rico Dowdle. There you go. Rico
Dowdle for Trevion Henderson.
Yeah.
That I would be all over.
Eshawn. Go try to get Trevion for Rico Dowdle.
That would be even better.
You might be able to get Trevion and a wide receiver.
I love that idea. Absolutely.
Yep.
We're going to finish up shortly, guys, but I want to ask about 2 quarterbacks, totally different ends of the spectrum. Patrick Mahomes on one and Daniel Jones on the other. In terms of their career path, obviously very different.
Yeah.
But Patrick Mahomes, he's to me re-entering the top tier QB1 conversation at this point, I would think. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Ross.
Well, he's back. a few years ago, remember every game was 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was minimal what he was doing. He's starting to do 300 yards again, and he's starting to get two or three touchdowns a game, and he's running the ball too. He's running 30 yards a game. I mean, I want to say like he's what he was 3-4 years ago in fantasy, and he was a top tier guy in fantasy. The past couple of years has not been good.
Yep.
But yes,
I agree with Ross. And he's getting Rashee Rice back tonight or this weekend. So he's getting another weapon. I think it could be, I think you've seen the end of Travis Kelce ever leading the team in targets. I think he's kind of on that path. He'll still be reliable around the red zone, but I don't see him as the move the sticks kind of guy up the field. And so, yeah, I think he's probably a top 6-7 quarterback, especially with Burrow out. He might be top 5 with Burrow out. And then Daniel Jones, it just shows you how bad the Giants are.
I was going to say, I asked that and I was like, "Oh, Case, I'm sorry. I
feel like a Jets fan does watching Sam Darnold. It's like,
or a Browns fan watching Baker Mayfield,
right? There are certain franchises that you just feel that way. I think he's got Josh Downs is a good receiver, obviously. Tyler Warren is a stud of a tight end. Jonathan Taylor's leading the league in rushing. Like he's never had the chance to play with a decent offensive line and weapons. Oh my God.
Downs and Pittman having career years.
Yeah. I mean,
and
so
quick,
Daniel Jones is a top 12 quarterback right now.
Dan, we were talking on Tuesday about Mayfield, just because we know it's a sensitive subject for you. And if you were to pick an MVP right now in the NFL, who would it be?
I mean, it probably would be him. I really do think that.
He's missing his top 4 wide receivers this weekend.
But Evans
was last week
today.
Oh, okay. I mean, so he's got Evans on one leg, and then my 16-year-old on the other side of the field who's never played football before, and he's going to throw for 275 and 2 touchdowns. Like he's a total winner, and it was very clear. By the way, Ross, it's not a sore subject for me. Between the Browns and Baker Mayfield, I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. That's the way I. It's just I loved the guy when he was there. I loved the commercials with the stadium. Everything about him was great, and the Browns were just like, let's throw him away and bring in Deshaun Watson. Are you serious?
Mr. Massage, we call him in the business.
Yeah.
But Mayfield's so fun to watch, guys. He really is. It's great.
He's a total joy to watch. He's also, I would say, he's different than Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones, where they never succeeded until they got to their second or third destination. Baker Mayfield succeeded right when he stepped on the field. Then he got injured because the Browns are not good at keeping people healthy for multiple reasons. And then I knew he was going to be good.
He was decent with Carolina. Then like the Rams traded for him mid-season, and he was great for them without even knowing the offense. Like he's just a gamer.
That's Baker Mayfield for you.
Guy's a winner.
Love it. All right. Anything else to add, guys, for this week? Thoughts about the week coming up or about the season going forward? We're now a third of the way through pretty much. Go ahead, Case.
I'm a big Jackson Dart fan, but I don't like him right now because I want the Giants to have a top pick because we need offensive line and we need secondary. So
listen, what you most need to hope for is that he doesn't get injured the way things are going. He's taking a lot of hits.
The way he runs, there's a good chance.
Yep, he's taking a lot of hits.
The Giants are so fun to watch with Scatterboo and Dart. I mean, now it's like
imagine if they still had Malik Neighbors.
I'm excited to watch them on like Monday night or Sunday night. I mean,
they have players who are Broadway, and that's a nice change.
It's so fun.
That's how fast things can change, unless you're a Browns fan, and that they don't change much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about things change, and the Ravens were like Super Bowl contenders at the start of the year. They're 1-5.
Yeah, and you know what? They're still not out of it. They're still not out of it.
I know.
Especially not in the division the way it is. I mean, the Bengals are in shambles. The Browns are the worst franchise in the NFL, other than maybe the Jets. I don't know who else.
Carolina's up there.
Oh, Carolina, I'll take over either.
I don't know
the Jets or the Browns.
They traded for Bryce Young and gave up Like Roma
No.
Dunze ended up part of that deal. And
It's true. I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying I'd take them. The Jets might even be worse than the Browns. That's saying something.
yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap up here for today. For next week, as always, Ross and Casey are carrying the Waiver Wire show. That's Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And good afternoon, Albert Marquin. You're arriving just on the late side, but you can go back and watch the replay. And please join us next week. We will be here Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We're going to keep it coming, guys. Week 7 this week. Every week changes, so pay attention to all the things that go on. You can't stand still in these leagues, or you will not win. All right, Case, Ross, it's a pleasure being here with you.